So hello guys, today we will change the oil for this Nissan Note. It's E11 and it's a 1.6 gas engine. Rather easy work to do. So what you will need? Well, you will need 14mm socket, something like that, nothing special. And then yes, oil filter. Just look for internet what you need. Container like 5 liters and oil 5 liters, something like that. In some case you will need also this special tool for extracting your filter. And first thing, let the engine a little bit cool down so it's not very hot. Then you open the engine cup. Also you will need some sort of place where you can lift your car and get under. And then the next thing, when you are under the car, well, you have to look for your engine, and then draining bolt will be here. You can see the filter as well. And the draining bolt is here. It's 14mm, and all you need to do just loosen it up, and then after you do that you go for the filter, because this is the last. So let's dig in. Okay, well, then just go for this nut, a little bit loosen it up. Might be a little bit harder. But it shouldn't be too hard. When it's really loosened, then you have to work with hands. So yeah, so let's drain this oil, and then so it's good that you get this one in your hands. Might take some time. It's also better if outside is not windy weather, otherwise this might go really wild. Well, you will need a little bit strength because you will need to hold 5 liters for some time. Okay guys, there's quite two options. Well, first you can wait till nothing drops out, but this is not necessary. If you see that there is almost no movement of oil, you can actually already close it up, because this will not cause any major problems and will be alright fine. As you see, it's starting to dripping, so there's almost nothing in. And at that point you can close drain plug. Make sure that all these drips doesn't drip on you, because I have to work with one hand there and one hand there. Okay, let's close the drain plug. You can hand tighten it for right now, and of course then clean it with some paper towel. This is necessary so you can see if you have any leaks there or something like that. You don't want any leaks. And you can also close this one. Do not over tighten. However, this looks like it's from the metal, so a bit stronger than if not like from aluminium, but from regular steel, so probably will not be that easy to break this. But anyway, don't over tighten it. If it feels quite tight, it's alright. And then just wipe everything around, and when you fill it up you will check if there is any leaks around here, and then you can move to your oil filter. You can as well leave it open while you change your oil filter, but because you'll get rather messy, I just rather do like that and then that. So the next thing is the oil filter. It's here. Most cases you can open it by hand and just counterclockwise and try. You see, it's actually opening really well. You don't need any special tools. But as I said, sometimes you will need this. It grabs just and helps to get better grip. But in most cases you will not need this, especially if you have a really open space here as here. You see it really nicely opens. And the thing is why it sometimes really nicely opens, because when you're using new filter, It's a really good thing that you take a little bit of oil or whatever else and a little bit lube this seal. It will help to open it next time when you try to get in. And here might probably be a little bit of oil too. Since you drain, so there will be a little bit less oil, probably will just spill something here, and then later on you just clean this up. You can work away with your towel here too, just to catch some excess oil leaking there. As you see already something leaking, that's all right. We just take your oil can. And let it get in there. There can be something like 200 millimeters in the one filter, so there is actually oil inside, so be ready for that. If you would open this more quicker, probably you can take it out and just turn it like other side. It will not leak on your hands or whatever else. Anyway, let's remove the filter. You can probably just and then just flip it like that, because it will not let the oil dry out. And take some sort of old plastic bottle, whatever else, just put it in there. It will help just in case something spills. And you can a little bit clean around here, just in case, you never know. When you clean around there, take the new filter. Also make sure that this matches the old filter. Sometimes they might be a little bit bigger, thicker, but the most important part is the inner diameter here. The seal and the central screw place is same. So if it's same and fits well, then it's alright, but outside might look different. But anyway, just go and a little bit probably take lube here and put around like this, and it will probably be better in long term. You don't need any special new oil or whatever else. You can take actually the oily rag and just with some of the oily rag residue, and then just do like this. And when you're done with that, just use your hand. You don't need special tightening tools, and just clockwise screw this one in. Rather easy stuff here. Should go really smooth in the beginning, and then you can tighten it by hand. Okay, it seems alright. You don't need super tight it, so it's better to remove next time, but make sure it's tight there and it looks like it's alright. Then just take some more paper towels or whatever else and clean all connectors here. Probably get dirty with some oil, whatever else. It's important, so it will be a lot easier to see and inspect if there is any leaks around oil filter. And overall looks like rather clean work this time. Didn't take too much resources nor time. And then when you're done with this, you can go upstairs and fill this with oil. And next, just take the oil. Well, what oil you will need? For this case, you can use 5V30. So you will need around 4 liters, 500 grams for this one. The engine total capacity is around 4.6 plus filter, but because there's some oil inside already, because you never will be able to drain it all, you will not need all this volume. In most cases it will be enough with 4 liters, 200 grams or something like that. So you will definitely have some leftovers when you buy a 5-liter oil can, and sometimes it's useful because oil sometimes just evaporates, and then do this volume, and then you need to just top this up, and this will be good for that. You can inspect how much you have filled in when you're filling it in, and you see right now I filled about 3 liters, so definitely something more. But you also need to do this one special inspection tool to check how much there's actually in oil. But you can do it, start checking it when you have filled about 4 liters. So when it's about 4 liters filled in, check the oil level. So this is so you just clean this one, make sure it's clean, put it in, oil level dip, take this out. So this is the oil stick, as you can see, and then you can see there's L and H, and right now it's in middle. So in theory it's rather alright, 4 liters, but when you will start the car and a little bit run it, probably this will change. It might go up and down, but most probably go down. And then you have to check this again and a little bit top it more. It's alright if you fill it like even a little bit more than in like a middle, because you change oil, and that's actually okay. But you cannot go below the low line, so, and also not too much over the high line. That's about it. Let's start the car and see what happens. Take out the level dip again. Clean this up, because after running car it will get all over the oil. Dip this in. So as you see, after running car actually went to low level, so you have to fill about half liter, I think, something about that more. So it's important that you start your car before you think it's all right, and also make sure you check the level of the oil after you drive a little bit, so probably you need to a little bit top it even more. So let's fill the rest half liter there in. Let's check one more time after filling half liter there in, if it's all right or no. Yep, the level is really good. You can even a little bit put it more, but better do it after a little bit driving the car. And then when it's all right, then just a little bit clean around the place where you pour the oil in. And just close the wall. And one more thing before you finish everything, just get down and make sure that there is no oil leaks here, because you never know how you close this one, but this looks really nice and clean, and here as well there is no problems. So this is how to change oil filter and oil for Nissan Note E11. It's about 2006-2009, this year's models are with 1.6 engine. And one more thing, the oil will be good for about 30,000 kilometers. Some service says 20,000 kilometers, depends on yourself, and for 2 years. So this is rather nice mileage, and thanks for watching, and I hope I could help you. Goodbye.